The Philadelphia Flyers announced Monday that they have sent back Jett Luchanko, their 2024 first-round pick, to the Guelph Storm of the OHL. Once again this season, Luchanko played just 4 games for the Flyers, keeping his rookie status intact. It also means that most likely the clock on his ELC will not start this season. Seeing as he only played 4 games this year, the only way his ELC would kick in this season is if he joined the Flyers after his OHL season ends, and he played an additional 6 games. So one good thing of note from all this is that the Flyers will very likely still have all 3 years on Jett's entry-level deal going into next season. A season where it's much more likely that he'll remain pro, seeing as he'll be eligible to play for the Phantoms next year. Ultimately, sending Luchanko back to the OHL is the right decision. Through 4 games, he averaged .858 of ice time, whereas last year, his average ice time in those 4 NHL games was .1403. Danny Briere said at the beginning of the year that he wouldn't mind it if Jett was getting fourth-line minutes, but he made it clear he didn't think it made sense for Jett to stay in the NHL if he was getting less than 10 minutes a night. The writing has kind of been on the wall for Luchanko, and last Monday's game against Seattle was the clearest tell of all. The Flyers held a 3-goal lead for nearly half the game, and Luchanko only played a measly 8 minutes and 43 seconds. If Rick Tocchet couldn't find the kid extra shifts or double shifts in that game, when was he ever going to get them? It's worth remembering that Luchanko was rehabbing from a groin injury this summer, which caused him to miss all of rookie camp, and he only really got started when the Flyers' main training camp opened up. Luchanko was fighting an uphill battle to dazzle the new coaching staff at camp this year, and the injury just put his chances at even further odds. I wouldn't say Luchanko had a bad showing in his 4 NHL games this season. He made some mistakes, but he also flashed some positive plays in his limited ice time as well. Probably the defining story of his NHL stint this year was a lack of shooting. Through 4 games, he only registered 2 shot attempts, with 1 registered as a shot on goal. Head coach Rick Tocchet mentioned in interviews several times that he wanted to see Luchanko shoot the puck more, but he definitely deferred to passing far more than taking a shot. So now he'll go back to the OHL, specifically the Guelph Storm for the time being. Most Flyers fans would like to see him get traded to a better OHL team, but there's nothing guaranteed at this point. If he ends up staying with Guelph for the rest of the season, it does seem like the Storm are at least a little better than they were last year when they were dreadful. Currently, they're 6-5, 2-0 through 13 games, and they have a few better players on their roster this season. That said, Luchanko should step onto that roster and immediately be their best player. Ultimately, Jett needs playing time, and he wasn't getting it here in Philly. If he stays in Guelph, he'll be their top dog, and the onus will be on him to produce offensively. That's a golden opportunity for him to take charge and be the guy there. But the possibility of a trade to an OHL team that's more of a contender is appealing as well. Would he be better served on a contending team where he's got talented line mates he can play alongside and a different development staff? Personally, I could see the pros and cons of both scenarios. The Flyers can't force Guelph to trade him to another team, so I'd have to imagine that GM Danny Briere and Director of Player Development Riley Armstrong would be okay with him playing all season in Guelph, as they know that's one of the possibilities and it's mostly out of their hands. The only thing left for Jett is to get settled with his OHL team and hit the ground running. So stick around to the BSH YouTube as well as BroadStreetHockey.com as we keep tabs on Jett for the remainder of the season. Thanks for watching.